It has been determined by this court. Mr. Harrington, you are not the father.
What? Told you, bro.
Are you serious?
Told you. Can I Millie Rock?
Okay, Miss Canada. All right. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm seeking child support and back pay from this man.
Okay, just straightforward. That's what I like. Just get right into it. How old is the child?
The child is now 3 years old.
3 years old.
And I have not received any child support.
In 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Sir, is there a reason you haven't given her any child support in the past 3 years?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
What is that?
That man is easily between 60 and 70 years old. And this woman is seeking child support. Guys, you got to protect your seed, because with these modern women, it's all about the money. They just want to kick back, not pay any bills, and collect from you. That's the lifestyle most of them want, because they know they can't get a ring. So they're going to use the system to try to garnish your wages. Be careful.
We've been discussing the paternity obligations.
Okay.
Under the circumstances, you know, I don't think I was the only person having a fling with Rocky at the time that you know, she and I had that time together. And
Excuse me?
Yeah, he's implying that you've been ran through, that you was hooking up with a lot of different guys. Come on, let's be honest. This woman just wasn't with that older guy. And her name is Rocky. Is that her nickname? Whatever. I mean, she was getting rocked. That's what she was doing. Rocked and ran through.
Implying something?
well, what I'm trying to say is that I understand that you may have been seeing some other people in addition to me, and the reason that I haven't provided
well, those are rumors.
I understand
First of
that.
all.
I understand that,
Second
but
of
you
all.
haven't complied with my request for DNA tests either, and that's my key. Is that if I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation of some other father.
Well, maybe you should have been obligated to your wife whenever you were having an affair with me.
You know, you're right about that, and honest
So
truth is
you are
that,
admitting that you're married?
yes,
Okay.
and I've told her.
See, that's the thing. A lot of these married women, they don't mind you having a side chick, especially if you have a lot of money and resources, because they're like, hey, I'm the main chick. I'm getting the resources and the benefits and the dates. Go ahead, you know, have some on the side, hook up and everything. But, you know, just don't bring nothing back. Don't bring no baby back, no STD, none of that. Guys, you got to be smart when you out here dealing with these chicks, because there's no way this old man should be in court trying to defend himself over a DNA test. He should be kicked back, relaxing, because this is he got gray hair right now. It's going to take all his hair away with this stress and drama from this chick.
I've told her that we had this fling.
You didn't
told
tell
your
me you
wife
were
that?
married until after.
That's correct. That's correct. I did not tell you.
I'm sorry, I won't disrupt you guys anymore. Go ahead.
So, you know, from my perspective, Your Honor, I certainly understand the situation. I'm not trying to be hard-hearted, so to speak, about this, but I think that there's some other questions that need to be answered before we agree on paying any kind of support, because at this point,
Look at her rolling her eyes, because he knows deep down, and she knows herself, that, you know, I was with other guys. And this is not the ideal guy that she would want to probably have a baby by, genetics and looks for the kid, but she wants this dude, his money. Alpha seed, beta need. Remember that. They want the alpha guys, the attractive dude's baby, and then they want to find a guy who has resources and use the system to get money from the beta, the provider guy.
we haven't confirmed whose child this is.
Okay. Well, I definitely have some questions too, but I don't think they have anything to do with child support. It's more about you guys' backstory, but that has nothing to do with me. However, has this man taken a DNA test?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did he sign anything at the hospital?
No, he wasn't there.
Acknowledging that he was the father? Okay. So he does have a valid point. Before we can actually place him on child support, he either has to accept parentage, which according to what I'm hearing, you're really not accepting it.
He's in denial about his affair and doesn't want his wife to find out.
My wife knows.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
right.
His wife already knew. And see, what she wants is the money. She's trying to skip the DNA test and run to the system and run to the courts and get the child support and money. 3 years. I mean, if she was really that concerned about it and she really felt in her heart of hearts, this is the father, when that baby was born, she would have said, hey, I'm going to court. Let's do a DNA test. I'm going to petition for a DNA test. But she waiting 3 years now. Silly. She know what she after. She after the money.
She knows now.
He's lying.
You told her?
I would have heard from her by now. I work with him, ma'am.
Oh,
Oh,
at the welding place?
I'm a receptionist there. That's how we met.
You're her direct manager. Oh, okay.
that's how this stuff typically goes. You know, a manager, a guy who's higher up, who has more resources, he gets with like a lower tier chick. It's kind of like a doctor getting with a little nurse or something like that. And, you know, they hit it off and stuff like that. But these chicks, they're always trying to do better. They're hypergamous. So, of course, they're going to want to sleep with the manager, even if he's old like that. That doesn't look like a looks match. I mean, what does he have in common with her? Nothing. She just is about the money. Women want the resources and security. Remember that.
Ooh, wasn't expecting that much tea this morning. So, yeah, he's entitled to a DNA test.
Sure.
Okay, so before
Sure.
we can move forward with anything in terms of child support, looking at your financial documents you provided, he first needs to get a DNA test. So what I can do is you guys go and get the DNA test, then you can come back at a later date, possibly, if he's the father. If he's not the father, you're more than welcome to bring back as many people as necessary. I'm not implying by any means that what he's saying is true.
Right, he's
but if
definitely
he's
the
not
father.
the father, you can bring back as many people as necessary to get DNA testing, and we actually find the father and place him on child support.
Well, I know who it is, so that's not.
There's a lot of men right now, as we speak, as you watch this video, that are paying child support for kids that are not theirs. They signed a birth certificate. They were happy. They got a son or a daughter. And like, okay, I'm going to sign this birth certificate and, you know, I'll be obligated to it. And these chicks were sleeping around. Think about it. There's a lot of guys out there.
Necessary, but thank you.
Okay. Is there anything further?
Your Honor, can we get your assistance in having this thing compelled so that we can get this DNA testing done expeditiously?
Right. He's trying to get it over with. He only got about 15, 20 more years of life to live. He's trying to enjoy. He's not trying to deal with a chick taking him to court for child support every 3 to 4 years, trying to get more money. It's stressful, man. Family courts, when it comes to these type of chicks, and on top of that, they be trying to keep the kid away from the dad and play these little mind games. And man, guys, you really have to protect your seed and be careful here, because these women will send you to an early grave.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And it will be done through the Attorney General's office.
Okay.
Because they are actually on site in the courtroom, and it will be in the courthouse rather. And it will be much easier and free to you all to go ahead and use their resource. Okay? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Rocky,
You're welcome.
if I have obligations here, I'll stand behind them.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.